Okay, I've been the liaison to the museum for almost 11 years now, and they own their own building.
Excuse me, Barry.
Associated with.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Not as tall as you used to
They
be.
own their own building, and associated with that is a lot of cost. Because they're non-for-profit, the town has never been able to actually budgeted any money for them other than for the town historian. That town historian is shared by both the village and the town, the cost of such. And she has an office within the museum. So that does allow the village and the town to help maintain the facility because of that. And from what I'm told, is that the village has their responsibilities financially and the town has their responsibilities financially. What we currently pay for is their utilities, their gas, electric, and their gas and electric. That's what we pay for.
The town does?
The town pays for that.
Thank you.
As part of our gas and electric bill.
Okay.
That's and we pay a portion of her salary.
And what does the village cover?
The village covers all the plowing of the area and the water.
Okay.
Okay.
And a portion of the salary as well.
And a portion of the salary. I believe we split that. I believe we split that. I know how much we pay. I'm not absolutely sure how much they pay. So when I sit there and I listen to it in the meetings, I listen to the difficulties that they have getting by. It's an old building. They've put a new roof on it. They redo all the lighting in it. It's old, very old. They've had to absorb a lot of costs in keeping the museum open and operational, and they've done very well. And I always trying to think, how is it that we can help them? Come to find out that there's really not many ways financially we can, but utilities apparently is one way we can. So in talking to their president, whose name is Tom Pellet, I was asking, is there something that we might legally be able to help with? And he thought about it over a week or so, and he called me back and he says, well, internet. He says, we have a $98 a month bill for internet, and that is something that our historian uses on a regular basis, and it is something that would be about $1,000 for the year. If you could do that, that would be a huge help. And so that's what I'm asking. If that is something that we could do, can we do that to help them out?
Can we share that with the village?
I assume we could. Yeah, I'm sure we could share it with the village.
Just going to say that.
But I can't speak for them.
Right. I mean, I think that would, certainly it's not an unreasonable request, since we are covering the other utilities. But I think it certainly is something we should broach with the village board to see if they'd be willing to share that.
I'd be in favor of that, absolutely.
And Barry, you're targeting January 1, 2021 for this. So we have a couple months, not to, I see it as we ask the village. It seems like a low-hanging fruit that goodwill, both government entities would want to do that.
Right.
Two, I'd have to talk to Paul Adams, but this will be a budget transfer at some point because we don't have this in the budget, even though if it ends up being $500, it's de minimis. How about that one, Charlie? Huh? But it's not in our budget, so we would have to, once the budget, it'd be a transfer.
The problem is that and I think as Barry knows this, we discussed it a little bit, it may be a gift. And you have to be careful about giving a gift to a not-for-profit.
But
Yeah, you can't
How do we
well,
cover utilities
it depends on how it's determined, or what it's determined to be. If it's part of rental, and the way that apparently the rental is now is that the rental is the town paying for the utilities, the gas and electric, and the village paying for the water and plowing, and that's how they cover the use or the place for the historian to stay. If this would be included in that and considered a utility type of a thing, that may be passable, but you have to be careful. You can't just give money or pay for something for a not-for-profit or any other private institution.
I would assume we'd be paying for it as a utility.
Well,
Certainly
that's,
not
if that's the way you want to characterize it, yes, I would, you could broach this with the village, see if they'd be willing to contribute to it.
Okay. I like it. I just want to make sure we paper it up the right way, like you're saying, Charlie.